network responsible for those crimes has been dismantled. So there's hope that justice will be served. And this is thanks to strong international cooperation. European and African countries have joined forces, from the Netherlands to Italy, the UK, Libya, Ethiopia, you just name it, many, many more. It was a global team effort. And this is the spirit that brings us here today. 2 years ago, we pledged to build a global alliance to counter migrant smuggling. And our guiding principle here in the European Union is that we Europeans decide who comes to Europe and crosses our borders and under what circumstances, and not the smugglers and traffickers. So in the last 2 years, the European Union has overhauled its migration policy. Just this week, after intense work, we adopted the first ever solidarity measures. These kickstart the implementation of our Pact on Migration and Asylum. The Council also adopted a common position on returns and safe countries. This opens the door for negotiations with the European Parliament, and I welcome these crucial milestones. These are more examples of how Europe is managing migration responsibly. And the figures speak for themselves. Since the start of this year, numbers have fallen by 26% on key routes, and this is on top of the 37% drop on the same routes in 2024. And we are fighting the smugglers and traffickers with all means. Last year alone, we seized more than 12 million euros of illegal assets in Europe, from boats to firearms. But I must say, unraveling the networks remains extremely challenging. It's not, as you know, enough to target one link in the smuggling chain. We must go after the entire network, the next level. Today, we are endorsing a joint declaration. It is a blueprint to bring an end to the migrant smuggling business model across the world. And as you know, it is built on 3 principles. The first is we must prevent the journeys offered by the migrant smugglers. The second pillar is we must respond to the smugglers' evolving business model. And finally, the third pillar, we must show potential victims that there are always safer alternatives. It must be illegal online. Europol is developing a new operational guidance to detect smuggling content online. And this should help enforce law enforcement agencies to take action against smugglers. And yes, we see already that our efforts on digital smuggling are working. Just 2 months ago, Europol brought together experts from European and partner countries, and together they identified social media profiles linked to smugglers. They uncovered critical new leads to the gangs, and they caused large-scale disruption to the business of the smugglers. And we need more actions just like these, joint actions. And Europol is ready absolutely to work with you to identify the hashtags, the keywords, the images that the smugglers are using for their abhorrent campaigns. And of course, our intention is to stop them before it's too late. And together we can drive these gangs offline, and that means if we drive these gangs offline, we drive them out of business. The second pillar of our alliance is a stronger response to the crime of smuggling. When we last met, we pledged to strengthen the resources that Europe invests in this, and this is happening. Europol will get more funding and more staff. Very simple. We want to bankrupt their business through all means available. Smugglers are also changing their models of transport. We see also there a change of tactics. Traditionally, as you know, they have used private boats and trucks. We see by now commercial transport is increasingly being used. So we must engage closely with transport companies on key routes and deliver. So, ladies and gentlemen, when people cross borders illegally, they don't just risk their life. Too often they fall prey to labor exploitation afterwards, with no rights, no protection. This is a form of modern slavery. And we must do more to fight it here in Europe. Alliance. With Global Gateway, Europe is not only creating good jobs across the world, we are also investing massively in skills and vocational training. Because we think this is how we can help young people of today to become basically the entrepreneurs of tomorrow. And therefore, we must open more safe pathways, legal pathways to Europe. We must create more bridges between our continents. We must make sure that people can find a job where their talent is needed, match the skills, bring skills across our borders. And this is at the heart of our new talent partnership, which offer work routes into Europe. So far, 5 countries have signed up to them, and we hope that more of you will follow. This is such an important model to work on. We have just agreed to create a new talent pool. It will match the European employers and their needs with the non-European job seekers and their skills. And actually, we're launching the pilot of a gateway office in India, so that this will offer opportunities to work in Europe legally. And it could be a blueprint for partnership with other countries if we do it well.